In improv comedy, there's a saying, there are no mistakes. I'm going to put that theory to the test in the world of cocktails as I play around and experiment with recipes and concoctions. Is everything going to work? Definitely not, but I'm going to say yes to trying, and maybe I'll come up with something great. It's Matt Calford, Improv Cocktails. Hey, welcome back to Mad Calford Improv Cocktails. Let me tell you what's going on in our house this week. My parents are coming to town, which is great. I look forward to seeing them. I can't wait for them to be visiting, but it's a little bit nerve-wracking sometimes because got to make sure that everything is clean and ready, and there's food, and we've got to be prepared for entertainment and things like that. So, I'm looking forward to it, but also got to get some stuff done in the next couple of days. So one of the things that I wanted to do is try this cocktail for the first time. It's called the Paloma. My mother, when I was talking to her the other day, just mentioned that she has recently been drinking Palomas at home, which is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I figured, well, I better, if I'm going to be a good host when she arrives, I better be able to make a Paloma. I really had no concept of what a Paloma is other than a vague idea that it was a tequila cocktail. And tequila is not one of my go-to alcohols for most of my cocktails, so I actually had to go out and buy a new bottle of Blanco tequila. The only tequila that I had on hand is something that my father would affectionately call rot gut tequila, the kind of tequila that I bought a big bulk jug of before a party probably a couple of years ago, and if anybody wants to make themselves a mixed drink with tequila, it's perfect for that. But for my mother, I wanted to make sure there's something a little bit more special involved. So I went out to the liquor store and I bought this bottle of Don Diego Santa Tequila Blanco. I hope that it is good. Again, tequila is not my forte. I've tasted it and it tastes like tequila. I like it. It's fine. But if you're looking for more complex notes about tequila, I am probably not your guy. But it's fine for a tequila. So it's a tequila, and my mother said, "Oh, I've been drinking it with Squirt, which is a soda that I don't have on hand." Apparently, you can make this a couple of different ways, from a very simple, basic to a more complex, and I'm going to kind of meet it somewhere in the middle. Apparently, the most basic way is tequila and grapefruit soda, and the leading soda that people recommend is Jarritos grapefruit soda, so that's what I went out to the grocery store and bought. I've had a little of it to taste. It's not overly grapefruity. I mean, it's definitely grapefruit tasting, but it doesn't overpower you. This is I popped the top off beforehand. It is a pop top, not a screw top, so I'm glad that I didn't ruin my hand trying to get that open. So apparently just those two can get you a good Paloma. You can also use a grapefruit and some soda water and simple syrup and mix that all together with the tequila and lime is the other ingredient. I'm not going to do quite that. I am going to use some fresh lime juice, but instead of using grapefruit soda, simple syrup, I'm just going to go with the old grapefruit soda. So we're going to build this in a mixing glass because I'm just going to kind of stir it all up to get it just kind of cold. So we are going to start with some lime juice. The recipes that I saw recommend about a quarter to a half ounce of lime juice. So I'm going to go ahead and juice the lime here because I think you should use fresh juice when you can, unless it calls for grapefruit soda, and then you can use grapefruit soda instead of an actual grapefruit. So maybe I'm cheating a little bit, you know. Find what works for you. This is a cocktail I haven't had before, so I will know the difference, but maybe I'll try something later on down the road. All right, so let's see if this gives us about ½ ounce. Good, perfect. Do about ½ ounce of lime juice, and then it calls for 2 ounces of tequila. So I'm gonna go with 2 ounces of tequila. One of the reasons why I bought this, to be perfectly honest, it is tall and thin and therefore takes up less room in my liquor cabinet. You know, some of the ones that are kind of shorter and squat and wide, you know, that takes up precious space in my liquor cabinet, and I gotta use every inch possible. So I hate to say something as arbitrary as that led me to choose a tequila, but I was like, oh, that's tall, that's thin, it has a small footprint. Well, let's go with that tequila. I hope that it works well in cocktails. So we're gonna do 2 ounces of that. And I've got these big ice cubes here. I'm going to use one to stir. Give that. Just to put a chill on it. The grapefruit soda has some chill on it already. So before I use this glass, what I want to do, so I've seen recipes that say use salt or don't use salt depending on your taste. I'm going to try it both ways. So to make sure we can take the salt. Rim. I'm going to do about half salt so I can try it both ways. So get a little salt on the rim there. Okay, good. So we got some salt. Don't know the way my mother takes it, so I'll be prepared to have it both ways. And we'll put that. Well, let me put a big cube in the rocks glass first. Pour that part first. Top it with grapefruit soda. And drop in a little garnish of lime. So I'm going to try it first, no salt. Nice. I'm going to give it just a little, make sure that tequila comes to the top. So I'm not just getting all soda taste. All right. It's good. It's good. Try it from the salt side. Also good. I think I prefer the non-salt, so I'm going to drink from the non-salt side. It's good. You know, again, the soda itself is not overpowering with the grapefruit, so you get some grapefruit, but it's not overly grapefruity. I mean, I don't know what your position is on grapefruit, but you might love it and want to give it extra. You might hate grapefruit or be kind of so-so on it. If you're so-so on it, I think you're not going to be bothered by this. But it's good. It reminds me of a gin and tonic. So if you like gin and tonics, I mean, this is a refreshing drink with some soda, some lime. It's just, instead of gin, we've got tequila. So I think, I don't know if this is going to replace, but it's not going to replace a gin and tonic. Let me be perfectly frank. It's not going to replace a gin and tonic in my heart, but it is a pretty good cocktail. So if I'm looking for something to just sort of vary things up and on a hot day have something that's cool and refreshing, well, maybe I'll go with a Paloma. It's pretty good. So when my mother comes, I'll be able to show her that I know what I'm doing, and not only can I boil water, but I can make a cocktail if she needs it. So when she gets in from a long drive of 9 hours from Tennessee, yeah, I'll be able to offer her a refreshing cocktail. So thanks again for watching. If you're enjoying these videos, like or subscribe below. We appreciate it. We hope you're staying safe out there. Cheers.